Hello everyone. In today's video, you will come to know about how to fill board's paper of ICSE board. Here we will provide you a complete guide of what things are to be done and what things are to be avoided while writing the very first page of your answer copy in the board exam. So, it is advisable to you to be attentive while you attain this video. Coming to the pointers, you should remember that whatever the entries you are going to fill in your very first page of the answer copy, it should be with the blue ballpoint pen only. It is far more acceptable if you use black ballpoint pen. But remember, you should avoid the usage of the gel pens and the ink pens. You should not use these kind of pens while writing your answers or filling up the entries which are asked in the answer copy. Point number two, do not write unnecessary things or scribble anything extra on the sheet. Point number three, do not tear, wrinkle, or staple the sheet. Point number four, avoid using whitener pens. You should be much accurate while you are writing your answer copies entry part, that is your first page. Next, moving on, we are going to discuss in this part how your paper looks. So, let's have a view how our paper is going to look. Here is the exact copy of the paper which will be given to you at the time of your examination. Here you will see that the paper contains the first page and inner part of the page number 1. This is your page number 1. This is your page number 2. This is your page number 3. Giving you a brief about these pages, this will be the very first page where the directions will be given to you. In the very first part, if you could focus in the topmost left section, you can observe the entry which are required to be filled up by the candidate. That means you. You will not be using any of the written parts, any of the boxes given in these parts. You are not allowed to write anything on these parts. These are for the supervising examiner and the reviewer. Your only part is to be filled up is this one. You need to fill up only these details. Coming to the second page and the third page, which you can focus here, is the part from where you are going to start. From this second page only, you are going to write down the answers. And remember, there is a margin on the rightmost side of each paper. So, in that case, you are not allowed to write anything on the rightmost part of the page. Remember, strictly I am telling you, you are not allowed to write anything on this part, on this rightmost margin of the page. Neither you can do the rough work here. I hope you are clear till here. Let's move on to the next part. How to fill your first sheet. Let us see the very first thing. These will be the directions given to you to go through and then fill up the given blanks. The very first thing, if you observe on the page, that is, write your unique ID, index number, and the name of the subject on the cover page. So, if you can observe here, you can see this is the part for the unique ID. Then, next part, you can see this is your index number part. This will be your signature, and this will be the subject which you are going to write. Then there is number of continuation booklets attached to the answer booklet. You have to write the number. We will discuss each of them one by one. Next, write your unique ID and index number on all continuation booklets, loose maps, graph papers. That means, suppose one booklet is over, so you will be given the second booklet by the examiner, by the invigilator basically. So that booklet which you are going to get in the second part, you will write again the unique ID and index number on those continuation sheet. Next, you are asked to write on both sides of each sheet of the answer booklet. Don't write on only the single page. Next, begin the answer to each separate part of question on a fresh line and do not copy the question. Most of the students try to write down the question also. It is not necessary to mention the question, but you are going to mention the question number, you are going to mention the section number, you are going to mention the MCQs number as well as the correct answer number. You should write the number of the questions clearly in the left hand margin. Be careful to use the same system of numbering as used in the question paper. So what happens if the question paper contains 1? So you are going to write in the answer copy also 1. Don't change the number and write it as A. If it is mentioned Roman number 1, so you need to write it Roman number 1 in the answer copy and not A or number 1. These will be cut down. I hope you are getting these points. Now, all the working, including the rough work, should be done on the same sheet as the rest of the answer. So, whatever the answer you are writing on the paper, you can use the rough work in that sheet only. You need not to do any other part. You need not to do in the back side. You need not to write in the question paper. Understood? Now, the continuation booklet will be issued on the request only after you have completed the writing of all the pages of the answer booklet. That is, the continuation booklet will be already issued, suppose, whenever your first booklet is getting completed and you are going to take the second booklet. So, if you will ask it from the invigilator or the supervising examiner, he will provide you the booklet. Once it is issued, your work will be to you have to request the supervising examiner or the invigilator. However, they will do it by themselves. But if they forgot, remember to ask them to enter the time and the date on the first page of the continuation booklet. That is, this part is to be filled by the invigilator. Got it? Then you must hand over after completing your script personally to the invigilator. Remember, when you complete the booklets, it should be tied nicely with the thread and it should not have the loose parts. Now, let's move on how to fill up these details. The very first thing and the very first page of our answer sheet will look like this. This is our admit card which will be given to us from the board and will be distributed by the school. So this admit card contains all the necessary informations which we are going to fill up on the very first page. That is, it contains the unique ID, that is your registration number. Very first thing that we are going to fill in our answer copy. Second thing will be our index number. The index number will be provided here, which you can observe. This is just a sample or the dummy admit card. In your personal admit card, everything will be given. Unique ID on the leftmost corner and the index number on the rightmost corner. Then in the admit card, you will be asked to sign. So if you are going to sign somewhat like Suraj, so same signature you are going to sign in the answer copy too. Then moving on to the next part, you are going to write the subject name. So here you can see the subject name is mentioned. Now, the very first part coming on to our prescribed format which will be given to us while writing the examination, the answer copy will look like this. Now here, unique ID is to be mentioned. You can observe here the unique ID, and I have told you this unique ID is on your admit card. Then you have your index number which is on the rightmost part. Then signature as on the admission admit card. Then subject which will be given in the admit card itself with the date. And at the last we will discuss about the number of continuation booklets taken. One by one, suppose I am a student of ICAC class 10th. I have been given the admit card, namely Suraj Kumar, and these are my requisite information. So, how I am going to fill them? So, very first thing, unique ID, I will keep my admit card, and with that reference, I will fill up the unique ID. It will be allowed to us to take our admit card inside the examination hall. So from that, we will mark it as a reference and we will write the unique ID, which is 8843913. We will write it unique ID very clearly and we will avoid any overwriting there. 8843913. That's done. Coming on to the index part, we are going to write the index number. So here again we will see our index number, that is 126. The first three digit is filled by the given ICAC itself. Now we will write the complete part. After 1 to 6 we have 7, 3, 6, 2, then we have 0, 9, 7. That's all. Now we will have the signature as on the admission card. So we will write here, I will recommend you to completely write your name so that it could be easily readable whose copy is this. Okay, so the person can write it similar way how it has been done in the admit card. Moving on to the very first subject, that is on 17th Feb, we are having English language, English paper 1. So we will fill it English language. That's done. Now you will do nothing apart from these things. This will be filled by the supervising examiner who will be present inside the examination hall. You are not asked to do more than this. After that, you will be allowed to write your answer copy. Now, the most important part comes here. That is the number of continuation booklet. Suppose you have taken the second booklet. That is, this one is the main booklet. After this booklet, you are going to take one more booklet for the answers. So, what you will do, if you have taken one booklet, your exam is over now. You are not going to take any other booklet. So, you will write here one. And you will be getting the record as well filled up by the supervising examiner here, date as well as time. Next, if suppose student B has taken two supplementary papers, so he will not write like this 1 plus 1. It is not acceptable. What you are going to do? So, whenever you are taking any supplementary paper, do not fill it now. Let the examiner or let the invigilator fill these things. At the end, you are going to fill this one. At the last, when you are going to revise your paper, when you have tied your papers, then at the end, you are going to fill it that yes, I have taken only one supplementary paper. If student B has taken two supplementary papers, then at the end, he can easily write that he has taken two supplementary papers. If student C has taken three supplementary papers, so he will not write 1 plus 1 plus 1. He will directly write at the end before leaving the examination hall. He will write it 3 and then he will submit the paper. I hope I am very much clear to you in explaining all the necessary things which you are going to do in your examination. Following these methods, you will not be making any mistakes in your final day when you are going for the examination. Preventions are better than cure. Remember, if you are going to avoid certain things, if you are going to do priorly certain things, if you are going to have the clarity about certain things, then in the coming or in the final time, you will not do any kind of mistakes or errors. Therefore, for this purpose only, this video has been made for you so that you will be familiar about each and every points. I hope you got all the points here and I wish you all the very best for your examination.